Okay, hi, this is Aime. Now this is a quick video about how to create a header or a banner for your blog or maybe your website, or actually you can create it for anything, an ad or whatever you want to put on your website. Now this is but the first time that I'm going to be using this tool here because I have my own graphic design software. However, graphic design software is very expensive and most people don't want to mess with it. It's a pretty steep learning curve, and I've just known it for many years. So I've had it for a long time for my own business. So I decided to go look for something that was free but also relatively easy for everyone to use. So let me show you. This is pixlr.com. Okay, here's the address. I'll put it at the bottom of the email here. But what you want to do, and I'm going to use a header that one of my team members wants to create, and I'm sort of going to gift it to him, if you would, in exchange for allowing me to use him to create it to begin with. So let's go through, and what you want to do is there's all kinds of videos on here, I'm sure. I don't, like I said, this is one of my first times playing, but we're going to go to the advanced editor, and you can do several things here. If you happen to already have an image, a background image or a banner, you can start with that. So what I mean by that is there are places, if you search for free header images, that will come with like some pretty cloud or background images size to your requirements that you can use as the background, and then you can slap some text on top. If you have those, you can click on open image from computer and put it on there. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a new image from scratch, and we're going to call this Plan B. Okay, so for this particular banner, we need a banner that is 940 by 198. So as you can see, you can either use the presets, which are the most standard banner sizes on the internet. You can use those, or if you have a specific size that you need to use that fits your theme or whatever, you can put your width and your height here. Now this transparent means that you can make the background of that image completely transparent. And if you have images that don't have a background, that would be nice. So that when you put your header on your website, it'll sort of assume the background of that website. But I'm not going to click that because I am going to make my image background a particular color so that it stands out, and also so that I can show you. Okay, so I'm going to expand this window. So here's the image. This is a 940 by 198 image, okay? I'm going to go ahead and if you click here, and again, I'm going to make this real simple, but this is a gradient tool, which means that you can create a background that goes from one color to the other, okay? So I'm going to click on that, and as you can see, it's giving me some options. So I'm going to select a color, gradient, and I'm going to make it, I'm going to try this one. Wait, let me see. Yeah, I kind of like that first one. You know, I'm sure you can change the colors, etc. If you click here, it probably allows you, yeah, to change the color. Let's make it a little lighter. Okay, you see how that changed the gradient up here? Just a little lighter, so that's kind of cool. So let's do, okay. So now that you have that, and again, this is all based on my assumption of how this works, but typically you're going to point and click from where you want the gradient or the darkest color to start and where do you want it to end. So I'm going to do this and hope for the best. There we go. Second time around. See, I want it to go straight across. Okay, so there you go, kind of replicated that image over here. Now I know for a fact that my team member, his name is Bob, by the way, wants an image in here. Okay, so I believe I'm going to pick any image, and then we can change this later just to show you. But basically what you're going to do is we're going to look for how to add an image. And if I remember correctly, you have to open an image as a layer. Okay, so it's going to add it on top of this. So I'm going to click on open image as layer, and I'm going to find this character, which is a little boy. We're going to find him here, see which one. I don't know which one he wants, but because I believe that we want to make this pretty standard, I'm going to make him, here he is. Okay, now to move this image around, you have to click on this icon here and bring him over here. Okay, so now that I have my image embedded in here, I want to sort of, resize it a little bit to fit. So what you want to do is probably, okay, so go under edit. Usually that's a pretty good place to go to edit stuff. We're going to go under free transform. Okay, and it gives us little squares what to play with. So I'm going to hold, I'm using a Mac, so I believe that it's probably the same with a PC, but if I hold my shift key down and click and drag this button, it's going to sort of resize it, keeping the ratio the same so it doesn't become distorted when you make one side smaller. So let's fit the guy in here. I sort of like bigger images myself, but let's keep him like this for now. Try and fit him in here. Here we go. That's okay. All right, so there's your guy. I'm going to say, do you want to apply changes? Yes, I would. Okay, so now anytime you want to move him, remember this is built in layers. So my layer 1 is this little guy. My layer 2 is the background. If I want to add things to the background, like right now we're going to add text, I'm going to be in the background image, okay? So here's my layer 1. I think I want him about here. So let's go to the background. We're going to add some text. And here's a text font right here. I'm going to click on it and again, hope for the best. Okay, we're going to call this Plan B Developer. That's the name of his business. Now we're going to change the color. Let's see. Oh, okay, wait. I want to highlight it first. I'm going to change this color to white. You can pick it from the wheel. I just happen to know that white is 6 Fs. So I'm going to click OK. And it looks like if I highlight it, I can also change, the font. And as I hover over, you will see different fonts, right? And these fonts are, it looks like, probably whatever is available on your computer. So let me find something I believe would be fitting. This is fine. And then I'm going to make it a little bit larger. I definitely want to have this stand out. Okay, so here's Plan B Developer. Let's see what regular. I like it regular. Okay, and we're going to do OK. And then again, to move anything you put on your banner, you want to click on that arrow. Make sure you're on the right layer. So if things don't move around, check to make sure. Plan B Developer. And we're going to add a subtitle. It's going to be called, he gave me this information, I'm not making it up, because everyone needs a Plan B. Obviously, this is huge. So let's make this, a bit more fitting. That's good. Go ahead and highlight that. And I think I kind of wing it as I go here, but that way you can see how, this is new for me too, but so here's the Plan B. I'll move it in just a minute here, but I think I'm going to make that, I like making things different fonts, and I'm going to do that just to show you how easy it is to change the fonts. Let's do something more interesting here. He's a boy, so I'm thinking I like more the girly fonts, but I'm gonna kind of go with something a little more standard for him. And I believe, let's try and see what that looks like. And with a color. I like red just because it matches the little tie here, but it's up to you, obviously. It's kind of cool, I think, how this sort of, shows you the combination of this black, green, red comes up with that color, or maybe that's just me. Okay, so here's your Plan B Developer. So I'm going to say, okay, and I'm going to, again, click on that so I can move it, and I'm going to sort of move it, everything over a little bit, okay? So everyone needs a Plan B. I want to move Plan B a little bit more, so I'm going to click on that layer, and then I'm going to move it down. Okay, here's a Plan B developer. I wonder if I can, okay, let's see. I'm gonna click on this A, because I noticed this the other day. If that little crosshair has a plus, I don't know if you can see that because it's probably very small, it means that it's gonna add text. But if it has a down arrow, it means that you can edit the text that you're hovering over. So that I found the hard way the other day, but here we go. We're gonna make it Plan B developer so that it matches the bottom one, and we're gonna say okay. And I think this looks good. Let's make this into an image that we can use. So I'm gonna say save and see what happens. Okay, so click save. I'm gonna call this Plan B. I'm gonna save it to my computer somewhere. It's probably gonna save it to my hard drive. We're gonna make this good quality banner. It's still very small. 125 is very, very small. JPEG is good. If you had a transparent background like we talked about at the beginning, you would want to save this as a PNG. That is the only way that this is going to take on the background of your website. Okay, so but if you don't have a transparent background, then JPEG is perfect. Click OK. It's going to ask me where to save it. I'm just going to put it here for now, Plan B, and I'm going to say save. And there it is. I have a JPEG saved. So I'm going to send this to Bob, and so he could use it for his blog, and hopefully this helps you create your own banner totally free. I hope it helped. Talk to you soon. Take care.